Good morning, Reds. Arne Slot has done his press conference for Liverpool against Wolves this weekend. He spoke a little bit on the Everton game, also a little bit on Wolves as well, and give us some injury updates and some worries in terms of injuries as well. So let's go forward in terms of the Everton game. Firstly, that's what he spoke about first, his red card. He accepted the red card. Look, he said there's an ongoing process. We have to respect that. And he also said the emotions got the better of me, which is, I like the honesty of Arne Slot. I've always liked the honesty of Arne Slot, and fair enough. We all felt the emotions on Wednesday. It was a point in the end. It wasn't the worst result in the end, but at that point, conceding the last second, and especially at a time onto add a time, and that is what happens in football. That is what football is all about. It's all about emotion. The emotion of Arne Slot was shown. The emotion for the players was shown quite clearly. And yes, Arne Slot said, "Look, the emotions got the better of me." And it sort of it seems like he's accepted of the red card and said, "Look, there's a process going on, so I can't tell you more details than that. Really, I shouldn't have acted the way I did. My emotions got the better of me, and that is it." So yeah, but it was regarding the whistle, regarding the result. He did actually mention about it did feel like a 2 point drop, and this is what I said on the match reaction yesterday. I feel like I said the exact same as what Alan Slot said this morning. Really, what I said yesterday, it felt like 2 points lost. But as a full 90 minutes, we didn't really deserve to win, so it could have been seen as a point game. So this is exactly what Arne Slot said. It felt like the referee blew his whistle. We lost 2 points, but over the full 90 minutes, I didn't feel constantly that we were the ones going to win. More than the draw was the fair result, but to be up to after 97 minutes, it felt like we lost 2 points, which exactly pretty much what I said yesterday. I don't what not word for word, but pretty much what I said yesterday, where it felt because we conceded so late and we had the game practically in the bag, it did feel like 2 points dropped. But in context of the whole game, the way the game went, I thought it was quite even. I thought no one really played well, and the point was pretty much the fair result. And he got asked a lot about the mentality of the players, and he said, "Look, I love that. We showed a different mentality on Wednesday when the game where it's not going your way, and we showed that we come back from 1-0 down to go 2-1 up. Also, we considered the 97th minute. The fact that we got 1-0 down and come back to 2-1 in a game like that, it showed him something different. And he's always talking about mentality. He's always been asked about mentality, and mentality is absolutely key. And he absolutely praises these players on the mentality they have right now. And I've been saying all season, look, that mentality monsters sort of attitude in this Liverpool team seems to be back. And Arne Slot speaks very, very well on the mentality of the players. He speaks very well on what is expected of his team, what is expected of Liverpool Football Club. And he got asked, like, does he instill it? Does he bring people in to instill that mentality? But he answered it perfectly. Look, this is worked on the training. You know, this is what we're doing in the training ground. You've got to have that desire to win. You know, this is an individual thing as well in mentality. So you know, he is absolutely instilling this mentality into the players. But the players themselves, I think, have always had the mentality. I just think it should be pushed out to them in the season a little bit more. It is showing that young club mentality that we had in the title winning season and Champions League winning season. That mentality we had where we weren't defeated, no matter what is thrown to us, we come back and we bounce back. But I absolutely love Arne Slot's honesty. I really do love Arne Slot's honesty. If he says we'll play bad, if he says we didn't deserve the win, he'll tell you we didn't deserve the win. If he says, look, I deserve that red card, he'll tell you that I deserve that red card. And that's all. I absolutely love honesty. I love truth. I love people being like that. And it takes accountability for yourself as well. Like, look, I made a mistake, and he also said, look, we didn't deserve the win, basically. And that's what you need to be. There's no room for improvement. Then there needs to be room for improvement. There needs to be like accountability. Take accountability, and then you see, like, how do you learn from that? Then, and that's exactly what Arne Slot does. He spoke very well about David Moyes as well. I have to give credit to David Moyes. Since he came in, he's done a tremendous job, and he had made it a tough game for us. Well, Everton made it an absolute tough game for us. And I asked the question before the game on Wednesday. I said, what would we rather hear, Dyche ball in the wind when it was called off before, or David Moyes ball? And I thought, I think I'd rather Dyche ball, because David Moyes got them ticking, he's got them playing the game. David Moyes got them into that derby feeling where it became the occasion. And we played that occasion, unfortunately. I thought we played that occasion rather than playing our own way. And that's why, in the end, really, it could have been a good point because we did play into their hands, but still somehow nearly got a win out of it. He did also mention about Curtis Jones. He was asked about Curtis Jones and his reaction. And he absolutely, I think he absolutely loved what Curtis Jones did, and that's the passion of football. This is the passion of football. Curtis Jones reacted as a Scouser. He's grown up in Liverpool. He's grown up with that divide between Everton and Liverpool in terms of rivalry. So he felt that passion and that emotion straight away. And again, it's the emotion of the game. Curtis Jones reacted at the emotion of the game, and that's what happens in football. It's not the end of the world. It's not a massive issue. That is the emotion of the game, especially in Merseyside derby. So this is what he said about Curtis Jones. I like a lot that he stood up for the team and the fans, but there are also other ways to do it. Maybe I will talk to him. It is the same for me. I should have acted differently after the game. Sometimes out of emotions, we make wrong decisions. So he does like that Curtis Jones did stand up for his team, but again, with the emotions, and he's taken accountability again, isn't he, really? He's taken accountability and said, look, it's good, I feel it. I feel that he stood up for his players. It's good that he's done that, but we could do it differently. And then he put it back onto himself. Rather than saying, "Oh, Curtis Jones, you're doing wrong for doing that," he said, "I did it as well. I did it as well." He's taken absolute accountability for what he did. He said, "Look, I could have acted differently. I can't call Curtis Jones out for what he did if I'm doing the same thing." And that's just being a man for me. That's just being an adult. That's just being a grown up, and that's being an absolute. That's mature as you get. If practice what you preach. If I can't say Curtis Jones did wrong if I'm doing the same thing and I acted emotionally at that point and I did make a wrong decision, just like Curtis Jones did, we move on. But we get it. We get it. That's the emotion of football. That's the emotion of Merseyside derby, and the emotion, especially that game, the way the game went and the way it was officiated and the way things happened. Emotion was always going to pour out. It was always going to pour out at the end, and it is what it is. We move on from that, and Curtis Jones obviously will be banned, and Arne Slot will be possibly banned for the next 2 games, or maybe the 2 games after, depending on what is going on with the appeal or whatever. He also did actually reveal some bad news in terms of injuries. He was asked about Trent Alexander-Arnold. He said, "Look, our plan was to play him for half an hour. That didn't, but we don't really know if he's for this weekend. That was the plan for him, and it is what it is." And he also mentioned about Cody Gakpo being a doubt for the weekend as well, which is a new injury, but he took a slight knock against Everton, which is not good. I don't think not good. So we don't know really much about Trent. He didn't really give much about Trent. He said we don't really know yet. Cody Gakpo is a doubt for the weekend, so that's a blow. That's a blow for Liverpool because other than Mohamed Salah, it is being Cody Gakpo that's been scoring the goals. It's been Cody Gakpo that's been winning us games in terms of the goal scoring. So to lose Cody Gakpo right now, he did say a slight knock. So hopefully it maybe just 1 game, 2 games max, but it is not good news. Really, it is not good news. He was also about Wolves. He also mentioned about Gary O'Neill. Said, look, Gary O'Neill didn't really do much wrong at Wolves. He got a bit unlucky with a couple of results, and the new manager's come in and done well. One player that was actually mentioned was Matthias Cunha as well, and he also said he has the ability to play in any of the top 5 teams in the Premier League. Make of that what you will, Liverpool fans. Make of that what you will. Whether we go for someone like Cunha, because it's quite clear that we're good for an attacker in the transfer window. Definitely, I think it's going to be a striker. It's more than likely that Núñez is going to go. From everything's coming out, there are reports of him Saudi. Him even mentioning Saudi League the other day to Diaz. It is likely that we will go for a striker. So will Cunha be the one that we could potentially go for? It's quite clear that Arne Slot's an admirer of Cunha, saying that he can play for any top 5 teams in the league. And when he says any, including us, so he must be a big admirer of Cunha and say, he'd definitely be one to keep an eye on, the Liverpool fans. Definitely one to keep an eye on. If we are going to go for a striker in the summer, Cunha would be certainly of the options, the way Arne Slot answered that question, basically. So yeah, it is a big weekend. Arsenal play the Arsenal kick-off tomorrow. Obviously, we play Sunday, so if Arsenal win, it's pressure back on us. But Arne Slot is I felt this all season. Like Arne Slot's got this mentality back into the players, and when he's asked about the mentality, and when he speaks about it so well, that's what I love. And I love the accountability that he takes as well, because what that does then is make us learn from what we did do wrong, and we admit, look, we did these things wrong. We change that. We do this different. We do this differently, and that's all I ask for a manager. Honesty and the mentality back is an incredible manager, and is incredible. You could tell he's an incredible person, and yeah, it's a perfect person to lead us in this title race, by the way. And yeah, but it's a big weekend, Liverpool fans. Liverpool, let me know your thoughts on what Arne Slot said in the press conference. I am worried about Cody Gakpo being taking a slight knock. We don't know the whole situation with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Cody Gakpo's injuries as a whole. We don't know how long they could be out for, but it is what it is. Injuries are going to come. We know they're going to come. Just hopefully we can get through the next few games unscathed, and let's go win this title. Thank you for watching. Make sure you do like this video, subscribe to the channel, and get notification bells on. We're nearly at 250 subscribers, which is incredible journey so far since October, since I started this in October. I appreciate everyone that likes, I appreciate everyone that comments, and I appreciate everyone that subscribes as well. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, guys.